key to 300 episodes is just being passionate about it, and also not stopping at the one no. You got to
Right.
keep going because some people will say no, or some people won't show up. But guess what? There are a hell of a lot of people out there that want to get on the podcast, and that's one thing that once I tapped into social media, I will say that's the one good thing. Like I can tweet or I could say, "Hey, guest needed," and people actually showed up. So that's what kept me going as well. That's what got to looked up. It was like 300 episodes. I'm like, damn, I didn't even realize. I'm like, god damn. But it's just, I guess, when you're passionate about it, you're not really thinking about it. You just push out the episodes.
Hello,
That's
hello,
good.
hello, everybody. It's Annika LaQuette here, the host and creator of Navigator 9 podcast. Y'all have somebody on with me today. I have Victor. Hey.
Hey, Anuka, thank you for having me on. I appreciate you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Most definitely. I'm so happy to have you on. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
What about me is I'm a podcast host. I host the Liquor Talk podcast where we have real conversations about real life while sipping on some liquor. I've been doing podcasting for the last 5 years. And I'm also a wealth of knowledge. I've learned a lot from different people I've had on and also life experiences as well. So that's a little about me.
Chill, that's amazing. All right, so, okay, what originally inspired you to start Liquor Talk? Because speaking of the podcast, and how was your why? Like, what was your why? What was your reasoning behind it?
My reason was just I wanted to get my voice out there. I got a communications degree from FAMU, and I just wanted to put it to use in somehow. So, and I always had opinions about things, and people were always like agreeing with me. They're always showing love. They were like, "Hey, you need to start a podcast.
Oh,
You
yeah.
need to start a podcast." And I looked into it. Then next thing you know, I just came up with Liquor Talk because whenever I gave my opinions, I had a cup of liquor in my hand. And it's like, and then also I went by the fact that real life, that some of the best heartfelt conversations I had, we were sipping on some liquor. So that's how I came up with Liquor Talk. First 2 seasons I had a co-host, people running with me, but then after season 2, I realized that people will show up for you quicker in other places than where you're located at. So that's why I've been a one-man record crew for the last few years, and I've been able to talk to many different people in many different countries, and also in many different places across America. So that's how we've been keeping going.
Okay, you. So, like, how has your why changed over time? Like, I know you said you started out having good conversations, but how has that evolved over time?
The why has evolved over time because we realize life happens, and I want to be a living testament to hey, that no matter what happens in life, you gotta keep going and keep pushing with your vision and what you want to do with life. So the why has become to just keep the vision going, keep pushing because things is gonna get tested to see if you're gonna give up or not. Like, because I've had some humbling moments. Excuse me. It's not fun having not one but two co-hosts walk out on you, and it's also not fun having guests not show up after they pleaded and begged you to, hey, I want to be on the podcast, and then they're like, then day of, you don't hear from them. Oh, so you must know how I'm feeling over here. So,
Come on
and I
now.
just wanted to keep it going for them and to show them that, hey, you ain't stopping this train, whether you with me or you're not with me, you're not stopping me over here.
Come on now. I understand exactly what you're saying. People don't know the struggles that us podcasters have to go through. People not showing up the day of when they say, "Oh yeah, I want to be on your show." Let me
And
throw a
then
shoe.
and then you tell people in the city, hey, I got a podcast, and then they're telling you about their experiences and stuff, and then you give them an opportunity, they're like, where they at?
Exactly. Exactly. So this is not easy at all. Like we make it look easy, but it's not. Yeah, because everybody want to be a podcaster, and like, oh yeah, you make it look easy. You gotta want it like badly. Yeah, because
You
life
do.
gonna happen, and either you're gonna like to say crumble under life, or you're gonna like keep going doing your dreams even when life is happening. So you're right about that. hmm
Mhm.
Yes, sir. So, um, let's see. Do you ever feel pressure to show up a certain way for your audience? And how do you stay authentic?
I stay authentic because I really enjoy being on the mic and I really enjoy being a podcast. And the only time I would feel pressure is if it's something I don't want to do or if it's something that I'm not feeling the energy for. But I always show up regardless of who's supporting because I know there's somebody out there supporting. So I
Yep.
always show up for them because I'm passionate about it and I definitely want it. So it's never really under pressure. Now, if it was something that I didn't like to do genuinely, then yeah, it would be some pressure because you feel like somebody would have to guilt you into doing something. So, but not with podcasting, not when you enjoy it.
Yep. You definitely right about that. I completely understand too. I could agree. So, okay, what's the most vulnerable moment you ever had on your podcast, and how do you respond to your listeners in that case?
A vulnerable moment actually didn't happen on my podcast. It happened while I was guesting on someone else's podcast. Um, I guess I got I guess I came across as really disappointed by everybody on the panel was talking about their happy relationships and me being single and me having at the time I hadn't really met anybody, but um now I've met people beforehand, but
Mhm.
it's just things hadn't worked out to where I can
Right.
sit here and talk about it. And I got really depressed on the show. They were like, "Oh, I wish I could just virtually hug you and stuff." And then I went back and I played the episode back, and I was disappointed in myself because I can't come off sounding as a charity case on here. I was just like, I gotta know how to keep the cool head, keep the poker face. That no matter what goes on, you can't give people that impression. So, and also, now the times I have been vulnerable on my podcast, it was definitely with my fellas because we had some serious guy talks and we get real and stuff. So I would definitely say those were some times I would get vulnerable. And also, if I get vulnerable with you on the podcast, you're somebody I'm comfortable with. Luckily, it's somebody that's been on the episode multiple times, or we have a very triggering conversation.
You're right. And see, that's the thing. Like you live and you learn. You saw that, yeah, I should have been like that on the show. But shoot, it happened. Oh well. You
Mhm.
good. That's fine. Cause you know what? You live in your truth. And yes, being single is hard. Okay? Hard. But we fight the power. We gonna make it. So, okay. Um, I saw that you have over 300 episodes, which is amazing. Okay, that's hard to do. I'm working on 100. And I ain't even there yet. So, like, what is the key to getting 300 episodes and more?
We're gonna get you to 100 episodes. But the key to 300 episodes is just being passionate about it, and also not stopping at the one no. You got to
Right.
keep going because some people will say no, or some people won't show up. But guess what? There are a hell of a lot of people out there that want to get on the podcast, and that's one thing that once I tapped into social media, I will say that's the one good thing. Like I can tweet or I could say, "Hey, guest needed," and people actually showed up. So that's what kept me going as well. That's what got to looked up. It was like 300 episodes. I'm like, damn, I didn't even realize. I'm like, god damn. But it's just, I guess, when you're passionate about it, you're not really thinking about it. You just push out the episodes.
That's good. And see, people, before I finish or ask me any more questions, y'all, I met Victor like on Facebook, networking, y'all.
Hmm.
So if you want to get into this business, you have to network. I'm telling you, like,
You
get
really
on
do.
social media, get in those comment sections, get into those Facebook groups, and network. There's so many people like across the country, shoot, even outside the country, you can network. So yeah, if you want this,
Hmm.
you gotta want it really bad. So I agree with Victor. I agree with you. So yes, okay. When looking back on your podcast year, um, what do you hope your podcast will mean to people? What do you think people will say about your show?
I think people will say that it's a place where it's become a safe space where it's gone from where we just sitting around talking shit, just drink while sipping on some liquor, to now it's become a safe space for people to tell their stories. And also, he's grown, he's open to having different people on from different cultures, and those people have been a safe space, and he's evolved in the time. So I hope people will see that.
Yeah. And I also saw that you were a part of a conference panel. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, it was the Afro Black Conference. If I'm not
Afros and
mistaken.
audios.
There it is. Yeah,
And
so tell me that about that.
I'll probably do it again. But what you gonna say?
Yeah, I said, tell me about that. Yeah, how was your experience? You say you're gonna do it again. Tell me about that.
Oh, it's an amazing experience, especially when you're getting up there and you're getting to speak to people, and then you're getting because it's a conference where a whole bunch of black podcasters come. So I'd recommend people to go if you haven't gone already. It's in Baltimore, Maryland, and it's gonna be I think the second or third week in October. But I would definitely recommend for people to go, like especially if you're in podcasting, because where else are you gonna have a whole bunch of podcasters that look like us, and we're out here networking, and out there's seminars, and also there's opportunities to be on other people's shows because people are actually have their equipment and they're recording. Now,
Mhm.
that's what I'm probably going to do this year. I'm probably going to take my laptop and I'm going to try to get a table and I'm going to record, do some shows up there as well. So it's a 3 day conference. So I would definitely recommend people to go, even if you don't go for all 3 days, just go network, especially if you say you want to get into podcasting. Where else would you want to go where it's a whole bunch of black podcasters and a whole bunch of black excellence? So I would definitely recommend you go. And if you got something you want to speak on, I'd recommend you go up there and speak it because guess
Mm.
what? It's an amazing experience because you do it the one first time and then you're like, I want to do this again. And so that's why I was like,
Okay.
you know what? For them, I'm willing to be a regular because, hey, where else you going to get a whole bunch of people that look like you out here in the podcast world?
Mm. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Like you make it sound really good. Make me want to go down there and visit. Okay.
I know,
I
right? You
love
need
it.
to pay me.
Right, exactly. Need to for real, because you about to be an advocate for them.
hmm
Oh yeah. So, if you could record your final episode, what would the topic be about, and who would you have as a guest?
I think for the final episode, I would have the people that's been with me the longest, which are my fellas. I would have them all on for the final episode, and that final episode would just be people telling thank you episode, just to tell the people about it, about the experience and stuff. Kind of how I don't know if you're in the sports now, but kind of how Around the Horn had their last episode after 20 something years. I would kind of have it as well. I'd bring on some family. I would definitely bring on some people that's definitely been supporting in the corner and just talk about the experience and talk about what's next because you never know. I gotta what's next. What will make me say goodbye to liquor talk? But right now, I haven't seen nothing to make me say goodbye to liquor talk. So a lot of people wondering that's probably not gonna happen anytime soon. So yeah, but you never know.
Yeah, you're right about that. So, my question is like, what's your structure of the show? Like, if somebody said, "Okay, I heard about Liquor Talk, but I don't know what it's about." I know you talked a little bit about it. You have liquor, y'all talk, but get into like the structure of the show.
It just depends. Now, if it's for my first time guest, the first few minutes of the show, I'm gonna spend getting to know you, getting to know your
Right.
platform, getting to know what you're all about, and then we'll get into some trending topics, depending on how the conversation goes. And then, because one thing I've learned is you can't get into trending topics with everybody because some people they just don't bring the energy, and
Yeah.
if I don't feel that energy, I'm like, okay, we'll cut it short here. But then it's like if you've been on before, I might do a little quick check in with you, like, hey, what's been going on with you? And then we'll get into some trending topics. And then more than likely, if you've been on before, we probably already done discussed in the comments of what we're going to talk about, and then we'll go from there.
Right. That's good. I like that. Okay. And another question would be is how do you feel about people saying that fellow podcasters are like kind of like hate each other a little bit because it feels like a competition? What do you feel about that statement?
I feel like though I feel like it's just there shouldn't be any competition because they're looking at it the wrong way. It's like why
Right.
not work together with somebody to get to the money? Because there's plenty of money and plenty of opportunities for all of us in podcasting. So
Mhm.
there's thousands and millions of podcasts. Why we got to be competing with each other? It's no competition. And also, you get there when you get there. It's sometimes
Yep.
you gotta also the kids. You gotta support people when it's not your time because when it is your time, how you
Mhm.
gotta get that support.
Yep. You're right. For real. I'm telling you, people don't understand like it's not competition at all, especially when even if you're in the same field, it's no competition. You should be treating each other like brother, sister, family. That's it. So yes, I
Mhm.
do agree with you. And the next question will be is, do you have like any upcoming events or projects you're working on?
Right now I'm still working on episodes and the stuff. I know I've been pushing out episodes because thanks to a service called Podmesh, they've been sending me some guests. Some have been hit or miss. So
Okay.
right now I've just been pushing out episodes. I am going to get my application together for Afros and Audios. I'm gonna get with them, let them know that hey, I'll be there again in whatever capacity is needed. And yes, and will work on getting that table. And also I'll try to look to go to some other podcasts and conferences as well because there are plenty of podcast conferences all across the country and some people will tell you, hey, you gotta go mingle with the other people as well. So but that will come. So right now for the foreseeable future, I'm just pushing out episodes and still grinding.
Okay, that's good. See, I also heard that you said that you have like fellas on your podcast. So like you do panels too?
Yeah, I
Like
have
on your
I've
podcast?
done panels as well. I know episode 300 which was the season finale. That was a panel. I'll probably do some more panel episodes as well. But whenever I have my guys on, it's always man talking. We always have panels, so there might be some more panels coming soon.
Okay. See, because I'm having panels. So I have panels like every 3 months. A lot of people don't know that. That's a thing. But every 3 months, I'm having panels. And the next one that's coming up is the co ed panel. So I'm going to have men and women. Because I already had a group of men, which went viral, and then a group of women. So I said, you know what? I'm going to have them come together. So I might want you on that show. So we
Hey,
got to
just
talk.
let me know. Just let me know.
Okay, I most definitely will. And lastly, give yourself a shout out. Tell people about your business, everything.
One, shout out to me for keeping things going, and thank
Mm.
you for shouting me for being reliable and also showing up for panels because showing up on podcast appearances because you're not the only podcast I got to do today. I got to help somebody new start off their podcast, and they're starting off with a panel episode that's later tonight. So I got to go step in, and now I'm going to evolve and try to be a mentor to sit back, let them do their thing, and if they receive the help, they receive the help. If not, it is what that's on them. But a little about, but if you are listening to this, you want to come on Liquor Talk. We always taking guests. We're gonna get Nuke on real soon, so come on down where you want to have real conversations. And if you're in the Tampa, Florida area, I do have a new studio I'm gonna be doing out of. So if y'all want to do this in person, let's go to work. Or if you fly to Florida, if you feel like just come to Florida, let me know in advance so I can book the studio. So hey, I'm all about working. So hey. It is what it is.
Well, that's good. Well, I want to thank you so, so much for coming on Never Gave Nine podcast today.
It's no problem, and like I said, I look forward to having you on as well.
Oh, yeah, because y'all don't know, but I already booked him because I'm going to be on that show. Period. I'm excited. Yes. And remember, yes, life was delayed, but it never gave a nine. I'm your host, Annika Laquette, and you just listened to Never Gave a Nine podcast with Tor. Bye, y'all.